This is from the Serbian president. Look what he had to say.
Что стало беспрецедентным в истории мира. Самые могущественные 19 стран приняли решение без задействования Совета Безопасности ООН. Повторюсь, без какого-либо решения со стороны Совета Безопасности ООН жестоко напасть и наказать суверенную страну в Европе, как они сказали, чтобы предотвратить гуманитарную катастрофу. Они, тем не менее, возмущаются, когда президент России употребил те же самые фразы, оправдывая его нападение на Украину. Они забыли, что они сами тогда же использовали те же самые слова. Хотел бы проинформировать, что Сербия, тем не менее, ни на сантиметр не зашла на территорию другой страны, не угрожала существованию любой другой страны. Но 24 года назад самые могущественные 19 стран не пожалели Сербию. Даже когда они сказали, что они работу свою завершили, они отметили, что вопрос Косово – это вопрос демократии, и он должен быть решен в соответствии с положениями Устава ООН и других международно-правовых документах, но вопреки этому, вопреки всем документам международного права, им пришло в голову в 2008 году поддержать независимость так называемого Косово. Данное незаконное решение об отделении автономной провинции Косово и Метохи от Сербии было принято спустя 10 лет после окончания.
Ouch. They don't like the truth, do they? He just dropped a truth bomb on them. They don't like the truth, right? So it's not okay for Russia to respond to a valid, legitimate, real military threat on its borders. It's not okay for Russia to respond to NATO enlargement, NATO encirclement. But, you know, it's okay to destroy Iraq and destroy Syria and Libya and Afghanistan and Pakistan and Yemen and Serbia and Yugoslavia, of course. That's totally fine. And then, of course, you know, it's not okay for the Russians that have been targeted, the ethnic Russians that have been killed, that have been massacred, that have been tortured, that have been turned into pariahs in their own country, right? Apparently, because it's Ukraine. It's not okay for them to have their own countries and to be protected by Russia. No, their votes are illegitimate. Their elections are illegitimate. Their independence is illegitimate. But then on the flip side, when it comes to Kosovo, that is legitimate, of course. Why? Because NATO is backing it. NATO is allowed to bomb whatever country it likes, even when it has literally no connection or relation whatsoever to anything in the North Atlantic, meaning Libya, for example, or Syria. And then it's okay for NATO to carve out countries when they like. Even 100 years ago, before there was anything like NATO, it's the same powers at play, right? You got the France and Britain carving up countries in Africa and carving up countries in Asia, you know, Pakistan, India, Syria, carved up into Lebanon and Israel, and, you know, of course, Palestine is erased. And this is all okay. It's all fine, you know? Screw the UN Charter. Screw international law. We do what we like whenever we please. But, you know, if you do what we do, we will get mad. Then we will really turn up the heat on you. Just scandalous. Honestly, scandalous. I'm really glad that he brought this up and he mentioned this, because it's good for them to have the truth, you know, in their face. They sometimes, actually not sometimes, always, they need to have the truth put in their goddamn faces. Serbia, Yugoslavia hasn't even recovered from what they've done to it. Iraq, Libya, same for all these countries that have been victims of NATO, haven't even recovered. Even, as I said, before there was anything such as NATO, when they were still colonial, they were coming as colonizers and carving the countries up and making new borders. They still haven't recovered from that. Haven't recovered.